Hey everybody, it's Medib back with another video. Today I kind of felt like doing something a little bit different than like some of my other videos, all the montages, high concept things like that. I felt like kind of doing something a bit simpler, you know, like a low tier list here. So for the past 6 or so months, or however long it's been, I've been really fond of the whole Fortnite Guitar Hero mode, Fortnite Festival as they call it. And I figured that since we're about to go into season 4 of that, it'd probably be a good time to share my thoughts about how I think the first 3 seasons went in terms of like what songs they've added, things like that. So yeah, let's make this a quick little video. I'm not trying to make things too complicated, so I laid out my tiers pretty simply. We're doing the whole stoplight sort of system. Green means good, red means fucking awful. Uh, so ideally, you want all the best songs to be up here. You want them to be in the rotation. There are some songs which are just okay. Well, not just okay. The ones that are just okay are going to be here in the middle of the pack. The mid, as you would call it. The ones that are not quite exceptional, or excuse me, the ones that are not quite godlike, but aren't quite mid, they're going to go into the exceptional, where they're good songs. You definitely wouldn't mind listening to them, playing them, whatever. But they're, they are what they are. As for the rest of these tiers, they're all a little bit silly, a little bit coy. Starving artists, I mean, like, they're below mid, but they're not like so dreadful that I never want to see them again. This tier, get this shit out my ears. It's like a hard pass. Like if someone asked me if I want to play these songs, I would say, "Fuck no, get this away from me. I will hit you with a brick if you try that shit with me." And the very last one is gonna be one I hope I never have to use, but we'll just see how it goes, because I don't want to give anything away. This is, but anyhow, we're gonna start with the very top of the list. Opening night, season one. However you want to put it. It's the one with the weekend. It lasted roughly from December 9th of 2023 to February 21st of 2024. And I have a document here where it has everything listed out. I spent so fucking long putting this whole thing together, and I think it's going to be a good little way for me to organize my thoughts. So I think the first song here, Brace for Chaos, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it definitely is. It has the hallmarks of an early festival song here, where it's made by Epic Games. It's kind of a weird, like, mediocre EDM song, but it has some neat little things going on with it, so I'd probably put that over in the exceptional tier. Not because I think it's particularly great, but just because I think it's fine. This next song, on the other hand, Butter Barn Hoedown. Now this is like the best that Epic can ever be. Epic really struggles to make lyrics about Fortnite. Like Fortnite's Epic's biggest downfall when it comes to like making Fortnite music is like they sometimes take it too far, make it so referential to the source material that it just becomes like all encompassing and it's just so miserable. But Butterbarn Hoedown, it does it very tastefully, it's very discreet, and it sounds great to boot. Like this is like a bro country kind of song, but it's like so fun and so unique compared to the rest of the catalog. Being like this little country tune, like me and my friends, whenever we play Force Festival together, we always play Butter Barn Hoedown. Probably at least once every other session. So that's definitely going up in the rotation because it's literally in the rotation. Great little tune, great tune. OG Future Mix. This was one of those weird songs where it wasn't in like the initial festival pass. It was like a weird login reward or something. Whereas like if you play on a certain day or whatever. I think it was during the OG season where they just sort of gave it to you for free. It's really weird. I'm not sure if these songs are going to come back into like the shop or anything, but I kind of hope so because OG Future Remix was pretty fun. It was a pretty decent little track. That's also going up like an exceptional. Alright, we're trying to rock through the rest of these here. The next one, Run It. Pretty mid. Like it's unfortunately an Epic Games rap song, and those guys can just not make any rap lyrics when it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna go get the crown, I'm gonna blast all my ops, we're gonna get the number one, blah 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 blah, and that's pretty disappointing, which is a shame because the one that they did, like the one good rap song they did make, they had it as one. They didn't put in the battle pass or whatever. They didn't put in the free shit. They put it in the daily login rewards or whatever. And that show them who you are. I can't. I'll be honest. When it comes to Epic Games, a lot of their lyrics are pretty fucking mid. I can't remember a single one, but show them who they are. I think that's a pretty solid instrumental. I think it's very engulfing when you're in the mix. I think it's solid overall. It's really good. And then the next one up here, Switch Up, is the first entirely instrumental track, and it is going up there in the rotation because Switch Up is one of the best tracks that Epic Games have done, one of the best tracks that they have in the entire fucking everything. Switch Up is great. If you're familiar with the track Bloom, then Switch Up and Bloom are like side by side. Switch Up is a little bit more hip hop, a little more trap, a little bit more, urban, I guess. Whereas Bloom was kind of more like for the EDM kids, the EDM crowds. And God, it's hard to describe just how relaxing Switch Up is because it has all these lovely strings. It has this just beautiful arrangements and stuff. It's so airy, and honestly, I hope they bring it back into the shop because it deserves to be played by pretty much anyone who can. And the next track is another, like, it's kind of like a popular cut, and it's okay. It's definitely not too bad. Take Me Higher, I believe that was the track they had during the season that all this got released. No, it was Race for Chaos. So this was the season right before it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. Like, if I saw it on my play up, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Someone hasn't played since season 1, they still have a couple of these old tracks. That's fine. I'll play with that. But that covers pretty much all the free stuff you got out of season 1. But now we get to the stuff that you got out of the Battle Pass. And this was the big song from season 1, Blinding Lights. If you've heard the song and you have any appreciation for pop music whatsoever, or just for like popular music, then you would recognize how awesome of a track that is. It's not a song I play every day. It's not a song every time I get on Fortnite I'm playing that thing, but man, Blinding Lights is just such a great little tune. Next one up, Gangnam Style. That one is going up in Exceptional, but that might be nostalgia talking because that is a 2012 track. That is from like my childhood and all that other shit. So I really have a soft spot for it. But like, there's so much personality in it. There's so much energy in how Psy delivers his words. There's just a lot going for Gangnam Style. Plus, it just kind of like, whenever you think back to like all of the music videos and all the memes, you see all the dramatic faces that Psy makes. It's just, there's so much charm, so much energy in that. I can't help but love it. Which is more than I could say for this next track, because My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, parentheses, Light 'Em Up. Oh my god. Fuck this song. Hold on. I think, yeah, we're gonna put it down there. Because I don't think it's get this shit out of my ears level of awful. Like, I'll tolerate it if it's up on the set list, but man. Like, Blinding Lights was the final track off the initial Battle Pass. This was the first track on the initial Battle Pass. And you can imagine how it felt. Because, like, when you get to Blinding Lights, you feel, like, triumphant. You feel like, holy crap, I've worked the entire season to get this track, and it is awesome. This is the first thing you get when you get into the Premium Pass, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, I spent money on this? I spent 1,800 V-Bucks on this. That's $18. And I get this piece of shit out of it? It just gives you the ick. Anywho, we have a much better song, but right after that, Poison, aka the default dance song. It ain't quite goated. It ain't quite on Blinding Lights tier. It ain't quite Switch Up, but damn, Does that drum line hit? Does that bass line? Does that everything? There's so much great about Poison, and it holds such a special place in like the Fortnite game lore, whatever. Like I don't think that there's any other place Poison could go. It's just it's a great tune, but I don't think it's like amazing. Same kind of goes for Flickering Flame. That was something you get out of like the BR mode battle pass. It was one of the songs from one of the bosses. I think her name was Valerina or something like that. She's very spicy. This entire song is kind of like Latin theme, but it has a little bit of like a spy espionage twist to it. Very fun, very cool. It's an entirely instrumental track, so if you're worried about hearing any sort of like terrible Spanish accents from like one of the guys at Epic Games, no worries. Flickering Flame, it's just a nice old Latin tune, which is more than I can say for The Return of the Tiger. This song, oof, like I've already mentioned, I've already touched on that Epic Games really struggles with rap songs, but trying to do a grime song like a UK thing, ooh, just bad, bad. Like just it doesn't feel good to hear it, and plus they try to do a lot of like creative like DJ scratching and things like that, but it doesn't work. It does not work whatsoever. It is unfunny. It is uninteresting. And they just really just need to stop. It's plus like if you never played the festival game mode before, there's typically like 3 types of notes that you hit in the game. It's just your standard tap. You have a hold, and then you have this like thing. I basically just call them triangles, but they're called lift notes, where you can either like lift your finger off of them to hit them, or you can double tap it. It's a really dumb mechanic. I didn't like it when the game mode started, and I still don't like it to this day, but like I've gotten more accustomed to it, so it's fine. But Return of the Tiger, Poison also. There's quite a few songs in this like starting lineup that have really annoying lift notes. And Return of the Tiger, with all its like homages to DJ scratching and shit like that, it just gets under my skin. Anywho, let's move right along. We gotta keep this video going. You Don't Know Me. It's a weird track. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, You Don't Know Me on its own is not a bad song, but it's kind of middle of the road, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not proper mid, but it's also I don't know. The more I think about it, is like because it has its high points. Like, the chorus goes off pretty well. I like the chorus quite a bit, but there's also just kind of like a whole lot of weird like muddling around in the verses, quote unquote. I don't know. I go back and forth with it. Let me see what else we have. Bad Guy. So now we're just getting into like the paid stuff, the stuff that you have to buy out of the shop. Bad Guy. It's going to go up there because Bad Guy is just a solid song overall. You know, some people don't like the breakdown that comes with Bad Guy. I think it's overall a pretty groovy ass song. Lots of fun on bass, lots of fun on vocals. The drums and lead can be a little bit dull at times, especially on the lead where you don't have a lot to do in the back half, but good song overall. Same with Bad Romance. I know we're going to get a lot more Lady Gaga later on, but I think Bad Romance is probably one of the more solid tracks. I'm glad they started off with this one. I mean, I don't have much to complain about, but I also don't really have much to say about it either. It's just like you can't really go wrong with Gaga. As for The Hills, listen, if Blinding Lights earned its prestige from just like being like the climactic end of the battle pass grind, this earned it just because like you could skip all the grind and just get to a fucking banger ass weekend song. And The Hills is definitely that. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's atmospheric, and honestly, like, we didn't get much hip-hop, like, well, good hip-hop to begin with. So having The Hills beat, like, right alongside, like, I by Kendrick Lamar, like, that's fucking great. I is also another great song, where it's like, it's not a top-tier Kendrick track, in my opinion, but goddamn, when this game mode started up, this was, like, the gauntlet. This was the final boss of this game mode, and it was so fucking fun. They do use the single version, so you're not gonna hear all the whole fighting at the end of it and any of that shit. But I it's just so lively and fun and just it's the best way. It's probably the best Kendrick song they probably could have added. Cause there's some Kendrick songs that make you want to cry. There's some Kendrick songs that make you want to just like, you know, there's a lot of emotions in Kendrick's albums. Like I can imagine something like King Kuta going off, but the censorship is so harsh in this game mode. It's just like that's probably gonna be the best we were able to get. Save Your Tears. Save Your Tears. I don't really have a lot to say about Save Your Tears, honestly. Like it's fine. It's definitely gonna go in the exceptional tier, but it's not all that special if I'm being honest. Like it has its moments, but it's nowhere I'm not gonna like make your mom proud of you or whatever. Seven Nation Army on the other hand, now that right there. First proper rock track, I think. Yeah, first proper rock track, but goddamn was this a great one. Seven Nations Army is a super simple song, super easy to get a grasp of, super easy to just jump into, and like that's a great song to set off like a playlist with friends. You just like, are you trying to like figure out what song you want to play together? If you just start off with some Seven Nation Army, maybe go into some other rock tunes like song 2, and you're gonna totally get warmed up. You just go at it. Take My Breath, another solid weekend track, another solid cut. I honestly kind of prefer it over Save Your Tears, but at the moment I'm not really gonna like sort these tier lists. I just want to get my thoughts out here. I want to lay everything out, and you know we'll go from there. Counting Stars, another solid cut. It's not my favorite One Republic song. I think I like Kids better, which is a single off that same album, but it's a great hit. It's a good hit. I'm not gonna say it's like my favorite song ever, but it's fine for what it is. Thunder, on the other hand, that is mid-incarnate. Let me see. Yeah, I have here in my notes. This sounds like what working a shift in retail feels like. There's nothing to do. It's not very important. It's inoffensive. Pretty much all I can say about Thunder. Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. Now that's a good ass track right there. That's kind of, I think this is all off of the opening nights. Like this is all the stuff that released. No, excuse me. So all of this is everything that released within the first week of the game mode opening, and honestly, we start off pretty strong. There's some duds here, some duds that came from like the battle pass, some stuff like that. But overall, like you're getting mostly quality. Even in the item shop where you're buying stuff, like you're not buying crap. All this is quality music. It's a little pop centric right now. There's not a lot of rap, not a lot of rock, not a lot of metal, not a lot of good EDM right now, but like for the first season starting off, like this is pretty solid. And then it continues to be solid with Mr. Brightside, which, you know, great rock cuts. Mr. Brightside, again, not one of my favorite tracks, not like the big one I think of when I think of The Killers. I can think of like Breaking the Sweat if you're like a little bit more of like a modern version of The Killers. I can think of like When You Were Young is a much better like Killer song. I mean, overall, it's great though. Mr. Brightside is not a bad one. It's not one you would want to turn down. Party Rock Anthem, it's got a bit of that mid, like 2010s cheese, but it's a solid track. I'm not. In this one, NF The Search. Oh my god, I don't even know where do I begin with this thing? NF The Search is probably the big misstep, the first misstep in how they took this mode across, because like, yes, it's rap, or whatever, but it's also so bitter and angry and full of itself. Like, there's only like one song I think of that's even more like bad spirited than NF's The Search, and that'd probably be Logic's Caterpillar remix. So yeah, you probably don't want NF on your team. Cake by the Ocean. I mean, I'll probably put it up here with the rest of these. Like, it's a solid little tune. Like, it's memorable because it has that great little hook. Everybody's hoping for Cake by the Ocean. Great little tune. Love that. Good for them. Cradles. I know it's like a really popular song and that it has like a really like a lullaby sounding ass beat or whatever, but it's just like, I just think it's too edgy. I think it's painfully uninteresting, and it just feels like something that MGK would make. and I don't fuck with that. Dirty Little Secret. It's just annoying. It pretty much is a lesser version of Cake by the Ocean. Even though I'm pretty sure this came out before it. Did it not? Yeah, no. Dirty Little Secret came out in 2005. Cake by the Ocean nearly 10 years later. Either way, yeah, don't like the song. The song's pretty mid. Go with the flow. Another great rock cut. Like, overall, they start off pretty strong when it comes to like rock and rock tinged things in the Fortnite festival mode, and like things like Highway Tune, Go with the Flow, Mr. Brightside, all these are great little cuts. I wouldn't say all these are very cohesive, like they still make like a solid playlist, but each of them individually are great. And for me, Go with the Flow, this was my first introduction to the song, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a good way to set off the mood. This, on the other hand, the Suddenly I See, I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. Not because I didn't like iCarly. I liked iCarly. Not so much Dan Schneider, but I like the show. But, man, it's just something about this song just really doesn't do it for me. Like, I have a similar feeling towards Buddy Holly. I'm not the biggest fan of Buddy Holly. I think it's just kind of a dumb meme of a song, but, like, I can recognize that Buddy Holly has like redeeming qualities that Suddenly I See doesn't really have. Oh god. And speaking of like songs I really fucking hate, it's just this song is so fucking bad. I don't even want to look at it. No. Emo Girl, like, first off, Anthony Fantano made a much better parody of this song than this song actually sounds. It's just so bad. Like, the fact that this man is 30 plus years old and he's singing with Willow Smith, this, I know she was also probably of age, but she just sounds so squeamish and young by comparison. It's just, it gives me the ick. It makes me just feel gross. And the fact that MGK tries to do some like Kid Cudi ass hums and shit, it just blech. By comparison, Witch Gang's Nothing Is Alright, I just have nothing to say about it, because it's just like, who the fuck is Witch Gang? Why do they exist? This song is okay, but I just don't care. Dog Days Are Over, fantastic fucking song. I love this song. It's kind of like an indie rock thing, but, and it is kind of slow in some ways. I think the song overall is maybe about 4 minutes long. Yeah, it's about 14 seconds long. But honestly, the way it builds and ebbs and sways, it's a great tune. Same goes for this one. 9 Inch Nails has a bit of a weird history with Fortnite, where it's like, Fortnite doesn't, they like bury them in the shop or something. Because like 9 Inch Nails has probably 3 or 4 songs in total in the roster, but you'll never see them. Like, unless someone bought them when the day they came out, you'll almost never see 9 Inch Nails, which is a shame. Because unlike Zombie by the Cranberries, I see that thing fucking everywhere. And that song deserves it, honestly. I've never heard that song before Fortnite, and honestly, it is great. It is a monumental track. And it's, some people might be turned off by like the Irish sounding vocals from the singer, but I think it's great. I think she does great work, and I think the story she tells is very harrowing and generational. It's a very special song, which is something I can't say for U2. Like, I'm just gonna rapid fire both of these. U2, Beautiful Day, the most tolerable U2 song. Believer by Imagine Dragons, the most tolerable Imagine Dragons song. That is in Fortnite at the moment. That's all I'm gonna say about either of these. Actually, I might just move Imagine Dragons down one more tier, because I don't even like it that much. I don't think it's on Power with Thunder. Anyways. Pad Benatar, Heartbreaker. Amazing fucking rock tune. They start off really strong with rock songs in Fortnite. You got 7 Nation Army, Go With The Flow, Heartbreaker, The Zombie, Dog Days. I mean, there's so much great rock here. Like, even though we got much more rock later down the line, it's just so great. It's just so wonderful. Winterfest Wish is unfortunately a free track, so if you were around for the Christmas update of 2023, you unfortunately got this piece of shit, and now it just sits in your fucking inventory and rots away, and it's goddamn dreadful. Like, it's the only holiday song in the entire game, and honestly should stay that way, because even getting it for free, I regret it. I regret getting it for free. Can't Feel My Face, another just really great weekend track. This one is a bit more MJ inspired. It's a little bit more energetic. I love that. I love how it feels. I mean, I know he does a lot of like retro style things, like, you know, Save Your Tears, Take My Breath. There's a whole lot of retro weekend things, but Can't Feel My Face, the start of something great. Stitches, oh my god. For some reason, 2015 was just like the worst year ever for music. And like, Shawn Mendes, this motherfucker is just like the soft boy version of the MGK. He does fucking guitar ballads, and his shit is just, somehow his lyrics are just more flaccid than Ed Sheeran, and his instrumentals are just, they're duller than a rock, man. Between Shawn Mendes and 21 Pilots, who appeared later in this list, I just don't like any of it. But I mean, considering how much good music is up here, I don't know. I'm kind of grateful for what we have. Heat Waves is one of those songs I don't like enjoying, but I can't help but enjoy it because of how good it actually is. Like, the hook, the instrumental, it all just works for Heat Waves. Heat Waves just, it just gives you a good feeling that you can't help but just agree with. Like, it's like, you're not gonna fight Heat Waves if it comes on. You're just gonna be like, well, I guess this is what I'm doing. Pompeii by Bastille, it's kind of in a similar boat to Heat Waves, but I just feel like it's a little bit lacking. Like the big wail, 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 like that stuff is like, it has something there, but the verses are just a lot less interesting. Because like the whole British, like but when you close your eyes, all that, I can pass on that compared to just like, you know, Heat Waves. Get 'Em Back, I'm trying to recall, is that the, no, I think that's, no, that's not the Orad song I like, but I'm just gonna put this and this up in this tier. I will tell you this right now, though, that I think Good For You is much better than, what is it, Get 'Em Back? Yeah. I think Good For You is a much better song than this, but I will say that I think that both of these songs have their place. Like, Good For You, guitar riffs are great. I think her song is just full of charm, and I think that the way that Olivia just talks about relationships and like that is very immature, but it's fitting for her age. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. This song and fucking My Songs and What You Did in the Dark. I resent both these songs for being so fucking long. Like, U2, Fall Out Boy. Choose a smaller fucking title, because like, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I know that's part of the chorus. I know it's part of the hook or whatever. My Songs and What You Did in the Dark. Cool, whatever. But it, Light 'Em Up is a better title. I don't know what the hell about U2, because I just don't care about U2, but man, whatever. Again, 9 Inch Nails, making great music, but it gets buried in the shop, so no one ever plays it. No one knows where it's at. Because, like, I probably prefer March of the Pigs. I'm not the biggest 9 Inch Nails head, admittedly, but I do recognize that they are exceptional musicians. Like, I don't really know if they qualify as metal or rock, probably closer to rock than metal, but I think they're both. I think all of these songs are great. It's just unfortunate I never see them. And unfortunately, I have to round out this with yet another fucking U2 song. And I could just do without U2. I just don't like U2. I just can't enjoy them. Like, where's that one U2 song? Beautiful Day, most horrible U2 song, and they just progressively get worse and worse. It's just straining. It's just straining. Luckily, we get nothing but bangers. This is for like the next 2 weeks, because from February 1st to February 9th, they just gave us nothing but great shit. I will go ahead and make the not controversial, fuck it. I will go ahead and say Doja Cat deserves to be in like the rotation, because goddamn is she great. I mean, season 1 is just stacked insane. Like, this is such a top heavy season. Like, it's hard for me to really get hung up on the rest of this shit, when there's so much goodness everywhere else. It's just so difficult to really be like sad about it. Hold Me Closer, Into You, What Is Love, all those are pretty good songs, but Single Soon, I think is a special track right there. Like, people in my circle, they generally don't play Fortnite, so I'm just kind of a lonely boy when it comes to like my opinions about Fortnite and shit. But like, Single Soon, I know it's a pop cut. I know it doesn't really match the rest of it here, like country song, instrumental hip hop. We got like throwback R&B. We got like a temporary R&B, temporary hip hop, sort of like older arena, stadium rock, indie rock, shit like that. But I feel like contemporary pop, like this is a great little tune. I don't really know how to talk about it, but oof, goodness, like I can't justify why I love Selena Gomez, but I can justify why I hate Streets Ignite, because it is the worst thing. It might just be the worst thing that Epic has ever made, because not only do they still make the whole references to Fortnite, self-referential Epic with their rapping and bullshit, it's also I hate that it's intertwined with the TMNT. I'm just gonna say that much, because the lyrics are awful. The beat feels very thin and spindly. It's just not. It has nowhere to exist. I hate it, and I'm glad it never shows up at shop, because Streets Ignite, that shit should burn to the fucking ground. Barbie Girl is just okay. I don't really care for it. It's fine, I guess. What else do we got? Flowers. Yeah, I'll put it up there. Made It Known. Another Fortnite rap track. Stop making these Epic. Jesus Christ, would you fucking cut this shit? Popular is another song where it's like, this thing gets buried quite often. I've never seen in the shop, but I think it's really good. I think Popular is solid, which is a shame that I never see it, because it's like, The Weeknd has already put out so many big ass bangers of songs, and so many of them are so good, but Popular is just like buried in there. Maybe it's because that's the Madonna song or Playboi Carti or whatever, trying to hide their power level or something. Timeless, once again, I don't know what the fuck which gang is. I don't know how they keep getting into the fucking whatever. It's just, it's so weird. I've never heard of these guys. I don't hear people talk about them. I don't even hear their songs anywhere. So it's just like, why do they exist? And I will say this much: Nothing's Alright is much better than Timeless. Like, I don't even want to get stressed out about it, because like, in the grand scheme of things, season 1 had a lot of great shit. Like, there is some major duds. There are some songs I really don't care for. There are some songs I just think are like meh. But like, overall, it is insanely top heavy. Season 1 is stacked with great tunes. And even though there's not enough hip hop for my liking, like, we have tons of great pop hits, tons of good rock. There's so much good stuff, and quite a few of these songs, I think every single song in this top row I own, so yeah, show my biases very well. But moving on to Season 2, and you can see how much left of the tier list we got. Season 2, I'm going to try and be real quick about this, because Season 2, it starts off in a kind of weird place. Because 8-Bit Beat, pretty mediocre. This one, Best Buds, pretty okay. And then Bloom, this shit is goated. I'm gonna start it from 8-Bit Beat, chiptune. I'm really glad it's represented. It's very nice. 80s like synth pop, rock and roll. I mean, I enjoy the sound, I enjoy the aesthetic, but I mean, I'm kind of hoping that something better comes along, so one day I can put this down below. But for the novelty of it, I think it deserves to be up this high. And then Bloom, like with Switch Up. What Switch Up is for like the hip hop, sort of like trap fan base, Bloom is like just for straight up raw EDM. And I don't know who produced it. I think maybe Porter Robinson had a hand in it, but Bloom is fucking amazing. Similar, I can say that for Black Hole Sun. I think this is our first little taste of grunge, and damn, do they start off big. Just a great fucking tracks. I'm trying to think. Let me look at my notes, see if I wrote anything down. Yeah, the prelude to many great rock tracks to come. And honestly, I feel like we did need a little bit more of a, not harder rock, but just like a more interesting rock, more diverse rock. Let's see what else we got here. Another person that I think is like a plant or something, because like why does this exist? Why does Breaking Me with topic featuring A7S? Why does this exist? It's so like, of the songs they have in the game, this one's fine, but it's just like, this is my battle pass. I didn't want this shit. This, on the other hand, Ride With Me with Nelly and City Spud, I want that all day. Put that in my mouth, please. That's great. I'll eat them fucking potatoes, but I don't get why really like which gang and fucking topic come from. Where are these people from? I will mention this though. This song is hell when it comes to triangles. Triangle hell is what Ride With Me is. But good song nonetheless. I'm about to break rapid fire through a bunch of Lady Gaga because we are officially in like season of Gaga. Season 2, Unlike Your Talent, starring Lady Gaga. Good season. Lady Gaga has a pretty damn good catalog, but I'll admit, I don't think much of this is like top tier. I think all of it's just kind of pretty good. Applause is probably one of my favorite of the Gaga songs. Bloody Mary is also great. It's not very radio friendly, but I love it. Born This Way is, I'm not gonna justify that. It just is what it is. Edge of Glory is one I've seen people forget. I think it appears less in shops than it should, but it definitely deserves some love. And then Just Dance. It's an early Gaga hit, but I fucking love it. It's so dancey. It's so fun. It's so energetic. Like, a lot of Gaga hits are very strong on like theme and purpose and like concept and things like that. But Just Dance is literally just like, in a lot of ways, this feels like the Bowie version of the song, where it's just like, who gives a fuck? Get on the floor and dance. I think Rain on Me's good, and Stupid Love is probably the only Gaga's track besides Born This Way that I just feel like it doesn't really hit the mark, but it's still interesting. It's still interesting. Let's see. All of Me. I don't understand why this is here. Like, I could understand if it was just the original John Legend, All of Me, because like that's a ballad that everyone knows, some people love, whatever. But like this random Tiesto remix with this long fucking name that annoys the hell out of me, it's just like, I don't get why. Is this like a TikTok thing where it's like they're appealing to the Zoomer age? I mean, that's fine if they are, but it just feels like, actually, you know what? No, because like, I just don't like it. I just don't like the way that they implemented this song into the game. They just don't do like interesting like remixes very well. Like, a lot of times scratching gets turned into like lead notes and stuff, and it just ends up being a mountain of triangles. And like this song is just fucking dreadful. All the Small Things. It's probably the biggest Blink-182 song, but I think it also has like their worst lyrics on it. Or not lyrics, vocal performance. I'm not a fan of the vocal performance on that song at all. Unlike Lotto, who I think has a great performance on Big Energy. I think she's full of attitude, I think she's full of stank, she's just great. There's no complaints there. Closer by the Chainsmokers, mid, pretty fucking mid. Let's see what else we got here. This next song, It Takes Two by Rob Bass. This song is also going up into here. Now, I don't have an issue with like 80s styled hip hop. I think a lot of it's interesting. I love Slick Rick. I think the opening line to this song in particular is quite iconic, but it's also just kind of like, overall, like when you get into the deep of the song, it becomes apparent just how basic and dreadful those lyrics are, and I just can't fuck with it. I just can't. Because there are much better 80s hip-hop songs, like genuinely 80s songs that come from the time period, and this kind of like bourgeoisie throwback is just not doing it for me. Okay, never mind. This is late '88, so it's still that era. But like, we've evolved past this place. Like, we have Tribe Called Quest in here, and they're from the '80s, and they sound still fresh to this day. So yeah, no. Yep, being a trainer, me too. Like, oof. Like going from It Takes Two to Me Too. I probably had a joke plan for that, but I'm just like, I'm disgusted just by looking at them. I don't want to talk about either of these. And Me Too is a skin crawling song. I don't even. It's pretty much like how Dance Monkey is for a lot of people. Unfortunately, I hate doing this to I hate doing this to Jid. I hate doing this to 21 Savage. But I gotta put them in the middle of the pack just because of how Fortnite butchered their fucking song with censorship. Oh my god. There's no way. Like, maybe Tate's verse is mostly intact, but there are so many parts of this song that have just been cut out due to like the way the Fortnite censors it and doesn't bother to make like versions where it's like, okay, if you're 18 above, you can listen to swearing. No, it's just like, here's a song that's basically been chopped in half because we need to appeal to the kiddos. I mean, they keep all the beat switches, they keep all the full verses, everything in there. It's still surround sound, which is, if it was the full like surround sound, like, it would be up here. Maybe even up to the very tippy top up here with I. But like, whereas I had a couple of little things taken out due to censorship, surround sound just got fucked. It sucks. What's my age again? This is probably my favorite instrumental by Blink-182, but it's still not a great song. Not a fan of this at all. Blink-182 is just a band I don't really fuck with. So I'm just gonna throw them down there and not think twice. Let's see what else we got here. So this is gonna be the start of chapter 2, season 2, whatever. So this is all the stuff we got in our battle pass. So we got this sort of like indie little, not really rock song, but it's kind of just like a little funky little like folk tune. Oh, not the rotation. That is going to be down here. Where's another exceptional? Yeah. So quality little cut is very interesting. It probably most closely resembles Zombie, but it's not as lively. It's very poppy. Swim Free is also pretty good. I probably even put it over the Hunting Ground because it's more of like a dancey thing. It's more like a fun like Hadaway thing. Like What Is Love, Swim Free, very similar. But the one I hate, You're Mine, this feels like some Corpse Husband bullshit. I never want to hear this song played. It is not the lowest of the low, but it just, it's so edgy. It's so miserable. I just don't fuck with it. It just doesn't sit well with my spirits. Which is ironic because like Down the Sickness literally has like a fucking breakdown in the middle of the song, but I still fuck with it more than I do this piece of shit. Feel Good Inc. Let's go straight up to the tippy top. Amazing track. I'm so glad it's here. Like De La Soul, I'm so glad that they're starting to get like back into the mainstream. Good for them. They deserve all the success. Feel It Still, right after Feel Good Inc. Not as great, but still a good track. Still quality. High Hopes, I gotta check my notes here because High Hopes is one of those songs where I was just like, I don't want to fucking hear this shit. I don't. Okay, no notes, but I'm gonna put it all the way down. It's listenable, but it's not fun. Shivers. I'll put it down here at High Hopes because this is another track where I don't want to hear you fucking play it. But I'm not gonna off myself to get out of playing Shivers. Let's see. Misery Company. I would say that's pretty okay. It's a pretty good track. Pretty quality. I mean, Paramore's not my favorite band. I did listen to This Is Why or whatever. I thought it was okay. But Misery Business is just kind of alright. Numb. Very tempting to put it up here in the rotation, but I would say that it's probably... I probably will sit at exceptional, because the rotation is kind of very particular. And Numb, it fits like as a playlist, but it doesn't like, this doesn't set the tone. like all those songs up there do. What's poppin'? I kind of go back and forth between if it's mid or if it's okay, but I'm gonna go with mid for today, just because it's like good performance, good beat, but I just don't fuck with much. I just don't fuck with Jack's energy. This, on the other hand, this amazing tune, Come and Go, Juice WRLD, Marshmello. Now I know Marshmello kind of has a weird persona, weird relationship with Fortnite and shit, but Come and Go is one of his best works. It is a little bit more rock oriented and a little bit more poppy, but it works well with Juice WRLD's thing. I feel like Juice's performance sells it. It's all so great. It's all so good. And I think we're gonna keep eating from here because Fireworks a win, Lucid Dreams is a win. A lot of people would say this is probably the S tier, the goated Juice WRLD song, but I haven't been able to give rap critics little comments about mixing up Lucid Dreams with fucking sleep paralysis, but still fine. The Middle, good. Roses, I think it's another TikTok song, but honestly, it's a pretty good one. I don't like Sandstorm. It's not because I don't like the meme or whatever, but it's just kind of like playing the song is miserable. It's a miserable experience no matter what you're playing it on, and that's so unfortunate to say. So what? It's fine. Another goated rap track. X gonna give it to you. Great song. Even my friends who don't listen to rap music at all, they're like, "Oh yeah, I know this fucking song. It's from all the commercials. It's in a Deadpool commercial. It's on that other shit." You can never go wrong with that. You can never go wrong with that. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get. This is where things start getting a little bit hit or miss. This is when officially when the quality control kind of takes a nosedive, cause Astronaut in the Ocean is like we're gonna get into some. I'm gonna get into my little like 80s rap rant later on, but Astronaut in the Ocean, he's the Montel Jordan of modern day rap, and it's not even a joke. Like Montel Jordan is only known for one hit, and he's basically ripping off a style that's outdated, and Astronaut in the Ocean feels exactly that. By comparison, Call Me Maybe, just a fun little kitschy rap, not rap song, but pop tune. Carry On My Wayward Son, a solid rock song, but I just feel like Don't Feed the Reaper is just better. I'm sorry, Kansas, but the Waster Cult, they slay. Not only does the album are fucking dope, it's got so much more intricacies into it, and the bridge it has in the middle of it, great. Muse, no, don't give a shit. MGK, no, don't give a shit. Don't even want to think about this song. Excuse me. Like a G6, it is overall kind of a mid song, but I don't know. It kind of comes from like my area of nostalgia, so kind of. I won't put it in the middle of the road, but this no. Stop bringing these guys back. Topic, A7S, fuck those guys. The album art is so shitty, and the fucking music video is so weird. It's like this weird, like, ballerina, like, audition thing. I just don't fuck with it at all. This one down here, Bust a Move. This is the good 80s hip-hop track. Like, it helps that we have the emo to go with it and all that, but Bust a Move is, like, the campy sort of, like, movie trailer 80s hip-hop song, but it still kind of goes off. Like, the verses are solid, the hook is great, and overall it's much more quotable than what is it, where is it, I don't care. Oh, there it is. It Takes Two. Bust a Move, much better than It Takes Two. Young MC stays winning, raw bass stay losing. The middle of the pack, pretty much. Mood is similar in the middle of the pack. I just don't like this song very much. I mean, Mood is better than the other weird reggaeton song. I think it's called Rude, but the concept of the song is patronizing as fuck. The lyrics they just feel like sludge, they feel gross. But I will say this much, 24K Golden, good flow. And honestly, the song gets better after Ian Dior gets off it, because his auto-tune crooning just does not work for me. Moves Like Jagger. This is one of those songs where it's like it just hits the nostalgia bone right for me. Can't help but love it. This one, I think it's gonna be another controversial hip hop goated take, but Scenario is great. It's very dull for people who play instrumentals. Like the drums and lead don't get a lot to do on it, playing wise, but the rap and the bass, like even though the bass is pretty samey, I think it's just a loop. The rapping is so much fun. Like it just feels like you're in like a big circle. You're hyping up the next person who's going up to rap. That's just great. Love it. I love Scenario. Sucker, I'd probably put it up here. I know it's a bit more modern pop where more people are going to be nostalgic for it like if they're younger, but it's fine. That said, Super Freak by Rick James. Also going up in the fucking rotation because we need more funk representation. Rick James, he's not like the head runner of funk. He's a damn good representation. And plus, this song is just so iconic. When using so many different things, you got Super Freaky Girl, you got Can't Touch This, you got so many different other songs that just take from it. Like, this is a pioneer. You need Super Freak. And it looks like we're almost out of season 2 here. Transparent Soul. I'll say this much for Willow. I don't like this song, but it's an improvement. No MGK. Don't You Worry Child, more 2010s EDM nostalgia. It makes me wish they had Avicii in the game already because Avicii was just that guy. And I still fuck with Avicii to this day, but it's a good track. Everlong, unfortunately, I don't know enough of the Foo Fighters to really care. I know Pretender, and that's about it, sadly. Thankfully, nothing will ever be as gross as Imagine Dragons. I know I just put Young MC down in that one. I thought he was the best, but Skee-Lo, he's late 90s and he's still doing the 80s hip hop thing, but God, the way he's so earnest and he's so loving about it, I fuck with my man Skee-Lo. And plus, he's kind of dopey in the same way that Biz Markie is, and I love him. So, we're also gonna put up another goated track, but a properly goated track instead of kind of like a meme. Kids by MGMT. There's not much else to say. It's just that synth line is so fucking good, and the verses are so memorable, and listen, I'd be singing that shit right now if I could get away with it on YouTube. I would be, because I love MGMT. The entire album. Man, oh man. Unfortunately, this is not a good Selena Gomez, and this is not a good Marshmallow track. It's just kind of okay. Boy's a Liar. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to put it all the way up there at the very tippy top. Because Boy's a Liar, actually, you know what? I might just do that. Because it's a very short track. But damn, does it pack a lot of personality to it. I don't really know my issue with Boy's a Liar be. I guess my only issue is I don't own this song. I don't own Skee-Lo, unfortunately. But everything else up here I own. Everything else here I bought from the shop. It's just these two, I guess these are kind of my wish list. I wish I could get these two. Because they're so good. It makes me wish I had bought that bundle. Wish we bought the Coachella bundle. But oh well. This song is ever since we have yet to have another Gauntlet song that puts you just through fucking hell, through triangle hell, and Ella Bana Solia by Eslabon Amande and Peso Pluma. This song is kind of just a traditional I don't want to say mariachi song, but it's traditional Latin song. And even though I Google Translate, and I think it's She Danced Alone is the title. I don't know. I fuck with it. I fuck with it heavy. Fuck with it hard. Similar with I Want to Get Better. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. This and song 2, both these songs I fuck with hella hard. Song 2 for somewhat nostalgia, but I Want to Get Better just because it's such a wild, madcap, fucking crazy ride. Jack Antonoff, man, is fucking on one in that song, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Make damn sure. I'll be honest, I forgot this song existed so many times. Like when I went through the list, there were quite a few times where I actually scroll over it not knowing what the hell to make of it. Taking Back Sunday, I don't know a damn thing about that band, but it doesn't impress me very much. Print That Town Red, just another good Doja Cat song. She just stays winning. I mean, good for her because she's making some good music, so good for her indeed. I don't like the way Life Goes, mostly because I just feel like it's inferior to the rest of the songs off of that album. And obviously EXO Tour Life, but yeah, no, the way Life Goes, it's not that great. But I played a lot of Saints Row in the past, and what I got is kind of has ingrained itself into my brain, and I really fuck with it. I like it a lot. No Doubt, I get the feeling it's supposed to be like a parody of like punk music and all that other stuff, but it's just like, I didn't grow up with it. It's from 1995. I was born in 1999. I just don't get it, man. And it has a like really kitschy throwback. I just don't fuck with it. J Balvin, on the other hand, I fuck with this heavy. And I know most people bought this just because it has a sick skin attached to it, but the song itself is fucking hot. Magente, that thing is so good. That thing is really fucking nice. Santalia, I gotta tell you, this shit feels like the original, like Twin Pilots, Gym Class Heroes. This shit is just bad. Not a fan of this at all. Nope, can't do it. Doja Cat, I say they take another W here because Woman, like, we got a little streak of Latin spice in here, some Latin heat, and even though Doja Cat, I don't know anything about her, but like, I feel like she fits into it very nicely. It's a nice little playlist going. We got EXO Tour Life, which I think is, I mean, it's not my favorite. I just don't generally listen to Uzi, but like, it's hard to deny how much of like an immediate song that is. But ever since I've realized that this song has like a Minecraft door sample in here, it's like whenever I play the song, that's all I hear. That's all I hear. But yeah, this is what the list looks like after Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1, I mean, there's a healthy amount of fucking things on the rotation. Pretty much all this deserves love. Even Skilo down there, which is him wishing he was a little more interesting of a guy. But honestly, I like it. I mean, like, we still got quite a bit of good stuff. Like, it's still a very top-heavy mode, but the mid is really getting filled out down here. There's a lot of bad. Luckily, there's still nothing as bad as Me Too or Emo Girl or NF doing anything like that, but like, Imagine Dragons gets really close. And so does Blink-182, and MGK still down there fucking around. But, yeah, okay. It's time to move on to the final season before Season 4. And this one doesn't have a funny little title attached to it, it's just starring Billie Eilish, I guess. And lasted from April 23rd to June 13th. So it's gonna be ending here in the next 2 days. So I'm really hoping to put this video out before Season 4 pops up. But anywho, I would say this much is that Season 3, it started off with a really bad battle pass and it added a lot of mid, but I think at the very end it started like shaping up for the better, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with how Season 3 shaped up, because the Mortals and Gods season was just so dry, and I think it all really leads down to just having a weak battle pass, because Changes is probably like the most interesting song on here, but it's like this like bluesy funk rock thing, but it's just okay. It's like on the it's very teetering on the going and falling into mid, but like compared to like Witch Gang, yet again getting a placement on here and being a fucking placement in the goddamn battle pass, it's just like, I didn't want any of their music. I would have lived my life happy without knowing that Witch Gang existed, but now I'm stuck with this song. Next to me, not that song. Well, yeah, we're stuck with 3 Witch Gang songs, and I don't think any of them rise beyond mid, so that's nice. Just more Epic Games rapping, and this song especially is just so, ugh. They just make me sad. They just need to stop making rap songs. Just fucking stop. Because Silly Burst has the worst writing on it. I actually kind of teeters on Eradicate the Heathens. It kind of teeters on Fuck Off. Because like, these I'm like begrudgingly will listen to. These I will refuse to play. But like these I just wish were flat out deleted from the fucking game. Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind if Sleep Bros got deleted from the game. Yeah, no, that's just how bad that song is. I played it once when I got it, and then I never looked back. Oh my god, those pandemic bars were just the worst. Thankfully, Sweet Victory is an amazing little tune. Like, I didn't actually play it until recently, just because I felt so mediocre about the entire Battle Pass as a whole, but Sweet Victory's rocks. Sweet Victory goes off. Good for them. Unfortunately, this song is another one where I feel it's a lot like Change, where it's like, I don't think it deserves to be up in exceptional, but it's just like, there's so much mid that comes out of the Battle Pass. Like, I feel like there had to be some W's out of here. Like, Sweet Victory is a W I didn't know existed until recently, but like, this is like the licensed tracks. You expect better to come from it, but I guess The Cure is fine. I feel bad for saying that about The Cure, but like compared to like what else we got in that Battle Pass, like this song didn't need to exist. I didn't need more Maroon 5. This was enough. Moves Like Jagger was enough. And then we have like the first mediocre-ish Billie Eilish song. Like, it's fine. I don't mind it, but it's just like, meh. This song, I actively dislike it. Also because I confuse it with the song by the Naked and Famous by the same title, Youngblood, and it's just like, I'd rather have that one than this one. Give me Naked and Famous instead of fucking 5 Seconds to Summer, or whatever the hell this band's name is. I don't like any of them. All Good Girls Go to Hell, pretty cool music video for the song. I don't really care for it too much. I feel like it takes a little too long to get where it's going, but overall, like, I'd probably put it over Oxytocin? Yeah, whatever. This, on the other hand, this fucking song, goated. Crunk music enters the fucking chat, and he would enter in a big way with Get Low. Like, other than like 50 Cent in the Club, and I guess like Flow Right Round, like this is like the fucking jam of a century. And like, they censored so much of the song, you can still hear that they're clearly in a strip club tearing shit up, and I fucking love it. It's just, Little John is undeniable. You got Seven Nation Army, you got Kendrick Lamar, you got The Weeknd, you got Gorillaz, you got Lady Gaga, Rick James, you got Ice Spice, you got all these great artists. He's got Little John out here wilding out in the club, and I love it. Let's see. Do I have any notes on Happier Than Ever? No. I mean, these are all pretty, like, all these Billie Eilish songs are pretty okay. Unfortunately, these are ones you have to buy in the shop, so it's not like you could just get them in the Battle Pass. Like, we unfortunately had a lot of mid. Like, if this was in the Battle Pass, I would fucking love this season, but I can't because I had to buy it for $5. But MGK has once again entered the fucking chat, and usually with MGK's track record, he belongs in the fucking dregs. But unfortunately, I can't deny this is his one good song. It's something about, I think Tom the Shadows played the song too much for his like 2023 transition song. I've become too fond on it. The pop punk aesthetic works for once from GK. Black Bear kind of fucks it up. He kind of rules it with a mediocre verse, but I think overall the beat just carries the song. But I don't need to put any fucking disclaimers for Nirvana. Breathe by Nirvana, another biggest song, another most interesting, another most experimental, but it's just solid rock. Can't really say no to it. Cheap Thrills, I think it also goes up to an exceptional. It's not on the same level as Nirvana, but like, it's good. It's good for what it is. Oh, plus you got Sean Paul. We need more Sean Paul in the world. This one, mid, don't really care for it. Killing in the Name Of. This is like our first taste of like grunge or new metal or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but Rage Against the Machine, love these guys. Love them. They're great. Zach De La Rocha, ever since I saw him on RTJ2, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy from my childhood. That's the guy from all the Tony Hawk games. Killing in the Name, amazing tune. I can't wait to put more Rage Against the Machine up real high. Kelly Clarkson. I have nostalgia for this song, but it just doesn't override how bland I think it is. If this was Before He Cheats by whoever the hell that one was, that'd be going up way high. That'd be going up an exceptional. But right now, Stronger, your fucking mom's motivational song? Nah, man, I'm good. I don't need that shit. However, she's still over Montel Jordan, because This Is How We Do It is just as dickless as fucking It Takes Two. This song pisses me off so much, because he thinks he's such a hard motherfucker. And it's just like, you're in the 90s, ripping off of 80s hip-hop. 80s hip-hop is not like the golden age. You are in the golden age, and you're ripping off, like, the nursery rhyme bullshit. Fuck you. Anyways, this is probably the weirdest song in the entire game mode. Cantina Band, I legitimately thought this was going to be, like, a whole different song. Apparently this is also isn't, like, the original version. It's, like, a remake they did in 2017. But, like, apparently Cantina Band is, like, this weird, like, alien jazz thing, and like this song up here, Ella Bala Sola, like this song was like a gauntlet when it came out because it has so many fucking notes and such a different playing style to other like Western music. Cantina Band does all this same shit, and it's just like it's all packed in like a 2-minute runtime, and it's just like what the fuck, because it's like jazz playing and like. Look at all this pop music that we have up here. All this pop punk, all this like hip hop and all this other shit. Cantina Band is so different from everything else, it's kind of hard for me to like look at it and play it the same way. It's like I need to put on a different part of my brain to play Cantina Band. And honestly, I would put it higher, but it's just like, it's so novelty, it's so unlike everything else. It's kind of like 8-Bit B in the same way, where it's just like, it doesn't really work in like a general set list. It sticks out like a sore thumb. I just can't fuck with it. Before I forget, I don't really know enough of this song to really enjoy it. I'm gonna put it up there. Not because I think it's bad or anything. I think Slipknot are great folks. I especially love their interview with saying, I think someone called us shit knot. But yeah, this might be blasphemy to some people that I put Evanescence over Slipknot, but I don't know. I thought this was a Linkin Park meme song for the longest time, and like, meh. It's okay. Changes. I wish this was Dear Mama, so I could put it up here in the fucking rotation, but since it's not, unfortunately, I have to put it down here in exceptional, because it isn't the greatest Tupac song, and Changes does fit with some of the hip-hop stuff here, but it just, it doesn't go far enough in some ways. It doesn't go far enough. It's still a great song. I like the spoken word part at the end, where Tupac talks about everyone needing to change the way they think, the way they eat, the way they treat each other. I love that. It really shows Tupac's heart, but I don't know. Dear Mama, I just feel like it would fit so much more. Kiss Me More, just another good track, just another good pop R&B tune. Loving on Me, I don't even have enough to say about it to care. Starships, another like thing that I should feel nostalgia for, but I just can't fuck with it. Maybe it's because Nicki Minaj is such a fucking toxic piece of shit, but you know, whatever. Toxicity is unfortunately another. I know some stage. I don't know. It just hasn't clicked for me yet. Toxicity hasn't clicked for me yet. Like, I know it probably deserves to be up here, but it's just how I feel. Toxicity just doesn't work for me. Hail to the King is another song where I don't know nothing about it, but like, I've listened to it like once, and yeah, I can see the appeal. Hail to the King, pretty solid, pretty good stuff. Heathens. God. The fact that this is... The movie that this came out from is so fucking bad, and this song is so fucking bad, but people still love it so much. I don't understand it. I don't get why the people... I don't get Heathens. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with the fucking Suicide Squad soundtrack. The movie sucked ass, and why the fuck does everyone still like them? It gives me fucking ulcers. It makes me so mad. Next semester, you're too old to be doing this shit. You're going the MGK route. Stop this. Stop this shit. It's embarrassing. Act your fucking age. Savage. Megan Stallion. It it'll crack me the fuck up when they put WAP in the game. But like, man, Megan's up there with like Doja. She can do no wrong. Can do no wrong. Stressed out. You'll go to mid, just because I can't. I don't have the energy to hate you more. I don't have the energy. Here we go. Billie redeems herself with her new album. I wish this came earlier in the season, but you know, what can you do? I think what I want to say about these two before I get to lunch. I think Chihiro is a much better song than The Diner. I don't think The Diner is awful. I think it has a nice little dichotomy. I think all these songs have a nice little story within them. It's kind of like a funny, like, condensed version of the album as a whole, but I definitely think Chihiro is the better song. But I love Lunch. Lunch is, yet again, another song that I bought on release because I was like, I didn't even hear the album before this, but it's just such a funny ass lesbian little tune. I can't help but love it. I'm seeing Billie happy, making someone else happy makes me happy. Okay. Fire and Steel. That's all from the new season. It all recently came out, and it's all pretty nice. I'm a fan. Lord of the Wasteland. I have not heard, so I don't want to judge it too much. P Like Me. Have also not heard. Blitzkrieg Bop. I don't know. It's worn on me. Blitzkrieg Bop is worn on me, but I recognize it. Real recognizes real, and Blitzkrieg Bop is good. Dragon, on the other hand, that's just a fucking banger right there. That song, oof, that thing does to me. It just does shit to me. No. No, get the fuck out of that tier right now. Fuel goes right up here in the rotation, because this shit, oof. This shit rocks. Slaps like a motherfucker. No. I don't even know what the hell to talk about you, Rancid. You're just so fucking bad. They're just the edgiest shit alive, and you're just so boring. That's all I can say about that. Boring. Banded by Don Toliver. This song. If you don't have never heard this song, you have never felt hype in a long time. You have not gone to a fucking party, a lit ass party. Because Banded by Don Toliver, you know that's a recent track. That song. Just, man. He's gonna pull the walk out the pantry. He's gonna do so much shit. He's gonna pull up the Sprite and enhance it. He's gonna do so much shit. Don Toliver. Good stuff. Quality stuff. Måneskin, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. It was almost like Rammstein in that way, but Beggin', another amazing song. Another amazing little rock tune. The Boy Is Mine, least favorite Ariana song. I know it's another recent track, and maybe it just might be recency unbiased, but no. The Boy Is Mine is whack. Weak shit. Rage Against the Machine, continue to just be legends, continue to just be goated like that. Fuck yeah, Rage. Do your thing. Positions, good Ariana song. Side to Side, good Aria song. Slightly less so, just because Nicki kind of drags it down with her. This whole reggae thing is going on. I don't know. But yes, and recent Aria song, recent good Ariana song. Listen to that over. Excuse me. Listen to that over The Boy Is Mine. Better Now. Meh. Not as good. I mean, it's a breakup song, but it's also just kind of meh. Circles. Good Posty song. Good for him. This is the best bad song on this whole fucking list. It is so garbage, but it is so fun. Because like Neo's generally singing very good. Nair is whatever. Pitbull is a fucking cheesy clown, but goddamn do I love him. Oh, and Pitbull shout out everyone else on the fucking song. Even Nair, who I have no idea who he is. But Afrojack doesn't get a shout out, and Pitbull, fuck off. Give Afrojack his love, goddammit. Fuck you. I'm gonna throw this as well. This Morgan Wallen featuring Post Malone track, because Post doesn't even exist in this song. This is the fucking country song with, I guess, Poke Malone doing ad-libs in the background. I don't know what the hell this is. It just pales in comparison to the legend that is Butter Barn Hoedown. Gotta get your game up, boy. But we're finally coming on to the last couple songs that have been added, and Master Puppets, the 8-minute legend, the 8-minute endurance and skill test, the fucking true final boss of this game mode, it is here, and that shit rocks. That shit is crazy. I don't think it belongs anywhere else except for in the rotation. This stuff is, man, great track. And the final song here, I don't think I bought it yet, but I definitely should, because Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. You want to talk about rap rock being fucking lit? Sabotage is that shit, for real. I don't know. I think just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put it down here in the exceptional, just because, like, unlike all the other songs up here, I have not bought it. But Sabotage definitely deserves it. It can move up any day now, any fucking day. As for the rest of these songs, I have never seen these before, except for these two. I just haven't listened to them. But I'm a Cat by Epic Games. I think this is like a retroactive jam track they made from like a weird, like, I think this was like sold the Meow Skulls bundle or something like that. Same with Find the Fury. These are all like jam tracks they've retroactively added to the game. I have never played any of these before. So I guess for the sake of it, I will go ahead and add a row below, and we'll just call this No Opinion. And that's where all of these will go. Maybe someday I'll listen to these, but for now, I'm pretty pleased with my tier list. I am pretty happy with the way that it looks. Because I think we got all the goated songs where they need to be. We got Epic Games' best tracks. We got all the big hitters, the best hits. We got a pretty good spread of things, honestly. There's quite a big rap. Well, there is quite a bit of rap bias, quite a bit of rock. But I think that's just because, like, that's where all of, like, Epic seems to be throwing their attention towards. That's where everything's aimed at right now. It's like the two big genres of rap and rock music. I mean, overall, like, there's much less bad and mid music than there is, like, quality stuff. Because, like, 5, 6, like, the truly deplorable music down here is a fraction of everything that's in here. Like, even the mid and, like, stuff that I personally just find distasteful, like, compared to the stuff that I do like, it's a far cry. It's a far cry. Overall, I'd say the game mode has a lot of great music to listen to for a lot of different tastes now, but I'll just say that there's overall a lot of great consistency of the tracks. And with the item shop working the way that it is, and you only getting rotating so many songs per season, per day, things like that, it can be kind of hard to find all these great tracks, but trust me, they're out there. And even though some of them are tied up behind battle passes, and a lot of them are tied behind microtransactions, I'd say that they're still pretty good pull. I think the best way to enjoy the festival mode and Fortnite is just to get in there, pick and choose a couple songs that you like, and just be receptive to new music. It's a very fun place to explore music and to sort of, like, give it a fun context. But I've been recording for way too long, and I don't want to edit my voice in any ways whatsoever, so it's probably going to be an unedited little tier list thing. But yeah, this has been Meta. I hope you all have enjoyed this little dive into my thoughts into the Fortnite Festival game mode, and if you haven't played it before, give it a shot. Anyways, see ya.